The woman adjusted her outfit and put on a red battle robe. The scene became incredibly thrilling because she was about to take on 4 strong men by herself. At the host's command of action, she knocked all 4 of them down in no time. The reason she was putting in so much effort was that she wanted to get back the token of love her husband had given her. It turned out that 3,000 years ago, the woman who was a general risked her life to save her husband, only to unexpectedly be transported 3,000 years into the future. At this moment, a man who was being chased accidentally bumped into her. When she saw his face clearly, she thought that her husband had also traveled through time and immediately helped him detoxify. However, after the man regained consciousness, he did not recognize her. But whether it was the antiques he collected, the food he loved to eat, or even his habit of flitting through books, all of it revealed that the man was indeed her husband. In order to wait for the man to regain his memory, the woman willingly became his personal bodyguard. For 3 years, she took bullets and endured knives for him. The man had promised her that he would marry her once he became the head of the family. But when that day finally arrived, everything began to change. The man called his first love back from abroad. Facing the woman who was willing to risk her life to protect him, he righteously stated that it was precisely because he had become the head of the family that he could not casually marry a bodyguard. The woman was thunderstruck by his words. She then went to the bathroom to splash some cold water on her face and wake herself up, because for the past 3 years she had foolishly believed that the man was her husband and even fantasized about waiting for him to regain his memory. Now, it was time for all of that to end, so she resolutely went to say goodbye to the man, but was unexpectedly interrupted by the news on TV. Watching the Pisces jade pendant about to be auctioned off, she realized it was the token of love she had shared with her husband back then. The woman made up her mind to acquire it at the auction so that 5 days later, during the 7 stars conjunction, she could use the pendant to return to her own time. The next day, the woman came to the auction, but the man's first love was also there. Just as the woman was about to take the jade pendant, the scheming girl, in order to compete with the woman for the jade pendant, immediately called over the man. With just a few words of persuasion from her, he didn't hesitate and deactivated her secondary card. In this way, the jade pendant fell into the hands of the scheming girl. In order to get the jade pendant, the woman agreed to the fighting competition designed by the scheming girl. Then the opening scene played out. After she fulfilled the scheming girl's requirements and obtained the jade pendant, someone suddenly covered her mouth and nose, and then she was tied up in an abandoned warehouse. It turned out that this had all been part of the scheming girl's plan. The woman was shocked to realize that she had long since joined forces with the man's mortal enemy. The scheming girl didn't hesitate to use half of her family's fortune to trade for the woman's death. Then they immediately called the man. When he rushed to the scene in a panic, the scheming girl also became a bargaining chip in the hands of her mortal enemy, and then made the man sign the share transfer agreement immediately. Facing the ultimatum from the mortal enemy to choose between 2 women, the man chose the scheming girl without a second thought. Although the woman had already decided to leave, confronted with this decision under the face so similar to her husband's, she still felt a piercing pain in her heart. But little did he know he'd already fallen into the trap set by the scheming girl and his mortal enemy. They immediately called over their subordinates, ready to deal with the man on the spot. Only then did he finally remember the woman. He knew she was the only one who could save him. But what he didn't expect was that today would be the day the woman left. Under the effect of the 7 stars conjunction, the 2 jade pendants merged into one. At that moment, the man instantly felt a sharp pain, and all their past memories flooded into his mind like a torrent. He finally remembered everything and tried to stop her from leaving, but in the end, it was too late. In an instant, the woman disappeared from this world.